Optimistic Bikers Against Abuse started with my journey. So I was abused as a child and I got involved in a domestic violence relationship. So I was married to a very abusive man who was a drug addict and an alcoholic for 13 years. When I got out of that, I started on a journey to healing. Part of my payback from when I started to heal was to take that knowledge and pass it on to other people. And it started with just a website, which is called Optimistic. My husband now is a biker, has been a biker his whole life, and we were biking. We decided that it was a good way to use what I wanted to do amongst the group of people that we were, as well as bring the biking into it. So we became Optimistic Bikers Against Abuse, and that was in 2011. And then that journey has taken us to where we are today, where my husband Neil and I are full-time working in the communities. We do hands-on work with healing with individuals, and then we do outreaches. We start with under 12s, and then we do high school students as well, and then we do adult survivors of child abuse, and we do domestic violence cases. And we teach about all the different forms. So we teach about the ones everybody knows, the ones that leave bruises, so physical abuse. We talk about emotional abuse, psychological abuse, sexual abuse, and then we talk about spiritual abuse, which we see a lot. People forced into a religion that they don't believe in, that kind of thing. Our organization is based on biker values, right? So the code is respect, honor, loyalty, honesty, integrity, trust, courtesy, and charity. So what is our vision? We can change the world one person at a time. Part of what we do is working hands-on. The other part is education and activism and speaking and getting other people to do their bit. I think education is the big thing, and it's not just education of our kids, it's education of adults. It's looking at things like rape culture, it's looking at things like avoidance of the topic, which we see a lot of. You know, it's looking at what values do people have, what's okay and what's not okay. But more than that, civil society from a grassroots level has to do something. And what do we have to do? We have to talk about these issues. That's the first thing. We have to open debate. And we have to change the way people are thinking about it, because we get these people who go, oh, but this is a personal issue. This is not something we should be discussing. But it's not actually like that. What it is it's everybody's problem. So if your neighbor is having a problem at home, it's your problem. If you're sitting listening to it, it's your problem. If you know someone who's being abused or someone who's abusive, it's your problem. People have to get this thing of, you know, it's not our issue, it's a private thing. People have to start living in community in order to change what the statistics look like. Women are equally guilty of the charge of rape if they don't disclose rape in the family unit. So in other words, if you know that your husband is raping your child and you do not report it, you will be charged with rape, accessory to rape. Children do not have the cognitive ability to maintain a lie about being abused. They may initially lie about the identity of their abuser. But if children are saying that they are being abused, you need to listen. Okay. What is child abuse? Physical, shaking, hitting, biting, burning. We've seen a lot of burning, I don't know why. Emotional, shaming, blaming, putting children down. Okay, those are the things you'll see. Sexual incest, forced sexual activity, exposure to pornography, all of those, sexual abuse, and neglect, you know, not looking after their needs, food, clothing. So as our organization, we work with women victims and with male victims. So we're seeing a rise in male victims. A lot of what we do is when we get people who are in crisis, who are going, nobody believes me, and a lot of people who come to us have been the route of trying the police and social services, and we have to teach them how to gather evidence and what to do and how to get out. We have to teach our children. So we have to teach our girls that they need to respect themselves and they need to demand that respect for their bodies, for how people talk to them, that kind of thing. We need to teach our boys how to handle themselves and how to behave. So raising men who have a voice, who say, you know what, I don't do that and that's fine, but I'm also not going to watch you do that. And that's the thing that we try to get when we talk about men by choice, and we run campaigns that are aimed at men. In high schools, we run an Expect Respect campaign, where we go, you respect yourself, you expect other people to respect you. If they're not you put them away and you move along swiftly. We're an organization of men and women. And we help women, but we help men as well. And the men in our organization are men that will say, if you are going to beat your wife, I am first of all going to report you. Second of all, I'm going to hold you accountable. And third of all, I'm not going to associate with you because what you are doing is wrong. It's time for us to stand up and go, oh no. It's time to tell men who rape, you may not rape. And if you do rape, there will be consequences to that. So we need to get that thing where we're being silent about these issues. We need to raise that completely. We need to say, you know what, out there in the street, one-on-one, each of us is responsible. Each of us has the responsibility of telling other people this is not okay, and we're not going to take it.
The total population of our country is 55 million. Imagine each one of us only take one step forwards towards tolerance and improving our society. That's 55 million steps and a very long way away from where we are today. What will you be doing? Or how many steps are you willing to take? Share your efforts with us on our Facebook page and on Twitter at Play Your Part SA. I am Kabelo Mabalani and I challenge you to play your part.